Well, it's great to have you guys here at LinkedIn Live. Can't wait to get it started with this. Today is a great day, and last week it was great being with you guys. I think we were with you twice last week, and today is Thursday. It is the 12th of August. So we're really looking forward to really getting into this. This is a live stream on Ethereum. Now, first thing, just a quick little note. This is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes. That is it. I am not a financial planner, and I'm not a financial guru. I know logistics. There's some other things I'm good at, but just want to let you know. While we're talking, if you have any questions, just throw them up. And thank you very much. We already got a hi. That's great. So as we go forward, just any questions that you have, comments, concerns, kudos, whatever, throw it on in there, and I will get to it as we move forward. I'll be jumping around a little bit. I'll be going to my iPhone as well as my computer and sharing some graphs with you as well. So if you are trading, that's great. There's equities and there's crypto. There's bonds. That's another way of going as well. There's a lot of vehicles to put your money into other than fiat currency. Fiat currency is the cash that we have. It's not really money. It is a debt note. That's what that is. So today we'll be talking about Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is a cryptocurrency. The premier, right, is Bitcoin, right? So that's Bitcoin. Came out 2013. And if you were in then, great, you have seen a great cycle. And as we're going through, there's basic main coins, right? So let's just talk about number 1 and 2 right now, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then you have other altcoins, right? Other altcoins could be XRP, could be Cardano, could be Chainlink, VeChain, Dogecoin, Shiba. So there's a lot. As a beginner, I really need to know where to start. Well, you're going to learn some cool stuff here today. So this is great. So let's go ahead and get started and talking about where you could go and what you should be doing. So, and it's just ideas, right? This is just me sharing with you in a network promise to really give educational things that have helped me and sharing this knowledge with all of you. So this will be recorded so you can go back as we go forward. JRR token. All right. So what is the recent updates and where is it going in the future? Where's Ethereum going? So we had some great news that came out. We'll go over that. And as we're moving forward, if you watch these streams on a regular basis, you know I have been a fan of Ethereum for some time now. Last year we were talking about this time, we were talking about Moderna and that you should buy that equity. And at that time, I think Moderna was, I think it was $46 a share. And I had thousands of shares, and if you have it today, it's $470 something a share. We'll probably find out. We'll take a look. Matter of fact, I'll just take a quick look and tell you what it's at. So I got to go all the way up here, and if I go all the way up here, I go MRNA. Last year, it's 392. So you can see it's been dropping. But that's what happens when things go up really, really too quick and then they drop really, really quick, right? So you can see the big drop there. So I'm going to not share that now, and we'll come back to I'll set that up for later. And as we go forward, I wanted to share with you, what I've been doing with crypto and how I've been a fan of Ethereum for some time now. And I wanted to bring my knowledge to all of you and let you know what I'm thinking and what you should be thinking before you jump in. Before we jump into it, let's take a look at the prices of Ethereum right now. So back to my phone. If I go up here, we can see all this red. We're having a red day in the crypto world right now, which is great. I love that. It's not a bad thing. So you have your Bitcoin at 44,288. You've got Ethereum at 3,038. Litecoin 165. Polkadot $20. ADA, which is Cardano, at 176 or 174. Chainlink at 2464. VeChain, which is VET. I love VET. That's the logistic one, if you didn't know. And Voyager token, that's been doing quite well. And Doge, we got some Doge, XRP. And then down here, we've got some other ones. Where is Shiba? Shiba's in here somewhere. Well, Shiba, we're not going to talk about Shiba today. We're really talking about Ethereum. So let's get Ethereum open here. And you can see that we've got a nice head and shoulders forming. We also have a double bottom. You can see right here, there's the first bottom at 2079, and then again at, this was actually 1750, but on this it's not going to pull it up, it's 1880. So you can see a double bottom or a W. So when you see a double bottom, it's basically testing, and then it's shot up. So I really think that we're definitely in a bull run here as we're moving forward. So look at the prices on my computer. As I mentioned, the trends. So as we move forward, I've lost some along the way. Yeah, really, you lose money. Play with money, and notice I'm saying play. If you're playing around, you don't really know what you're doing, it's playing. If you're investing, that means you know what you're doing and you're really involved and done your research. So just because I'm telling you certain things, don't just run out and say, hey, well, Jim said do this. I am just a sounding board of one idea. There's several other great people that you can listen to and talk to as we move forward. And some of the basics are quite quick and high level too as we go into Ethereum. So as we move forward, first off, Ethereum is a blockchain. Let's get some of the basics, right? There's a great white paper on Bitcoin, and you need to read it. If you're going to be in this world of cryptocurrency and trading, or at least understanding it, read the white paper on blockchain. And we'll put a link up there as well for you so that you can get that, or you can just Google white paper on blockchain. So, you know, Ethereum is a blockchain, it's public. Right? It's a public database that is updated and shared across many computers in a network, right? We'll get into nodes, right? But the blocks of Ethereum, it's a blockchain. It's transaction data. The buying and the selling, it's all recorded, right? The chain is the system that requires each block along the way. Our transactions to get verification from the entire network. Think of it like a group, your close group in high school or college or even at work. What does that network look like, right? Every transaction must be approved by all nodes and all computers in that network. This means everyone has the same data. There are a couple of ways to do this now. There's a thing called a proof of work and a proof of stake, right? Being two of them, there will be going over the data of how these two are different as we move forward. So as we move forward, you'll understand. Proof of work, proof of stake. Write those down. In the world of Ethereum, there is a single computer, one single computer, the Ethereum virtual machine, whose state everyone on the Ethereum network agrees to. And they agree on it. This one computer, everyone who participates in Ethereum network keeps a copy of the state of this computer. This is the chain that I mentioned before. Additionally, any participant can broadcast a request for this computer to perform arbitrary computations. Whatever request that's requested on this, and this is done quickly in seconds, right? Whenever this is requested, it is broadcast. Other participants on the network verify and validate and carry out the computation. This causes a state change in Ethereum. Virtual machines are out there, they're all committed to propagating throughout the entire network. It's amazing. This is really, if you're familiar with peer-to-peer, this is where this world has come to. Now, if you've never heard of this before, blockchain, I can remember blockchain coming out, and as a computer programmer, what I started out with in 1989, 1990, to now, it's so great, to be involved in this again. It's really feeling fun and energetic. So, but it's also, understand, in depth. I talked to my wife about this and she's like, just stop, pass the wine. So understand, Ethereum allows for the existence of a market for all this computation. It provides an economic incentive for all the participants along the way in this blockchain as well to verify and execute these transaction requests. And it also provides a computation resource to the network as well. Any participant who broadcasts a transaction request must also offer some amount of Ethereum to the network as well, to be awarded to whoever eventually does the work of verifying these transactions, executing it, and committing to it of this whole blockchain. And as we go through, it's all recorded as we go through the whole transaction, the logistics of it, the broadcasting of it in this network. Now that we have all the understanding, let's move on to more recent news that just happened last week, starting with the London hard fork. The London hard fork was the EIP, right? 1599. The London hard fork was implemented on August 7th by the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin. And so what exactly is it? It's the main purpose is to make Ethereum more efficient by using a hybrid system of base fees and tips to more evenly incentivize the miners, the people that are actually doing the code work, that are buying the machines that mine it, in periods of high and low network congestion. Yes, it's just like getting on the highway. Sometimes the highway is really, really packed and it really stinks and you pay a little extra to get onto that express lane, right? And sometimes it's wide open in the middle of the night. Well, these fees, they're gas fees. And as you're paying gas fees, these miners get a piece of it. I love live shows. They get a piece or pro rata share of these the transaction fee that's going on. Now, there's a lot of different altcoins that charge these fees. Well, the miners get a piece. Everyone on this whole network, it's like a whole community getting together to make sure things go quickly and transactions happen easily. A base fee will be the algorithmic determination of the price that you're going to pay for this transaction on Ethereum. Then there will be tips. Yes, tips. You can tip along the way. There's tips which you may include in the speed of transactions. Let's just say there's 5 people on the lane and you want to get ahead of them. You can tip a little bit and you can get ahead of them, right? If implemented, the EIP 1559 could greatly reduce the transaction costs and improve the Ethereum overall and the experience. That's great. And it's been out for quite some time, I believe 2017. So along this whole way, things are a lot better. Prior to this update, users would have to essentially bid to have their transaction be part of the next blockchain. This was volatile. I mean, up and down. And the fees that you were paying was like $87. It's kind of crazy for a simple transaction. And there was a lot of unpredictable situations that could arise on each transaction that you were making. However, with this update, things will be much easier, and you can already see it happening. And they can do something like, I forget exactly the number, 15 to 150 transactions in 1 second. Let's break it down a little bit more so it's easier to understand. Because let me tell you, when I first got involved a couple years ago, I was like, let's give it to me slowly. Like, give me the KISS concept. Keep it super simple, please. The first update makes transaction fees more predictable, which makes the network easier to use as well. There will be a base fee that is determined based on how busy the network actually is, how busy that highway is. So kind of like, if you don't like the highway one, think of like Uber. Uber works with surcharging. Have you ever gone somewhere on vacation, come back to O'Hare, and then you get an Uber and it's like double that when you went to the airport? How does that happen? It's a surcharge. Uber figured out the algorithm that says, okay, there's this many people and this many Ubers that are available, and there's supply and demand. We see it all the time in transportation. You see the rates start skyrocketing. And our job as an intermediary is to keep that price low, those surcharges low. If you need to make a transaction with your Ethereum during a busy time, you know exactly how much it's going to cost you beforehand. Additionally, this allows users to wait until fees are lower to make their transaction if they wish, right? This is where you can really take your time and really identify. And with this new upgrade, it's really helping out a lot. I also wanted to note, this is not going to guarantee lower transaction fees. It will just allow you to plan around them even more. Second, it's the tips. You and whoever is using it, whoever are these going to exactly, right? So you're tipping along the way. I hope you tip your staff well when you go out for dinner or drinks. Same thing applies here. The tips will be going to the miners. The miners have these little boxes. They're like computers. They take up a lot of energy, and they're running all night long. You can't turn them off. In the past, if you turned off these miner boxes, you would lose all of your Ethereum if you were mining them. Now, for a Bitcoin, just to give you an idea, Bitcoin takes about a whole year to mine, running 24/7. And it costs a lot of money to run that. And so these miners get their money back by tips and by these gas fees. So back to the tips. Those are going to be keeping the chain alive as well. As I mentioned before, the Ethereum blockchain works by there being multiple duplications of these states, of which virtual computers are being maintained by these miners. The miners have limited computing power and can't do all the transactions all at once. They just simply can't. Tipping allows you to have an essential jump in line and have your transaction prioritized. It's like that VIP back going in the, you step up to the bar and you're like, hey, here's 20 bucks. Can I get in? I don't want to go through that long line. And they let you in. I don't know how much it is now, but it was 20 bucks when I was younger in my 20s. So let's get to the third aspect, which I really love. And this third aspect was just genius. And that is where the London hard fork wanted to discuss inside of it, like, let's destroy some of these coins. Yeah, let's destroy them. Because like Bitcoin, there's only going to be 20 million Bitcoin ever produced. 20 or 21 million, one of those two. And removing them from circulation on the Ethereum network, right now I believe it's 98 million Ethereum that are available. Now, I'm maybe off, and if I am off, just go ahead and put a note in there. I didn't prepare for that. But this means that the supply will be going down each and every day. The new base transaction fee we talked about will destroy or burn the tokens as we move forward, right? Reducing the number of Ethereum that are outstanding. However, prior to this update, the fees were a large incentive for the miners, which does have some of the people kind of worried. Now, I have to tell you, don't worry too much about this because the miners are still getting their fees. They really are. But at the same token, we're burning off some of the new Ethereum that are coming out. Okay, we're going to go over that, and the hope is that the new tip system will work well enough to keep the miners interested in keeping the blockchain up and running. Experts are saying that this is going to cause the price of Ethereum to skyrocket. So lots of excitement over here on what's going on and in the crypto world in general. All right, that pretty much covers the London hard fork update. Let's move on to Ethereum's next big step, and that's Ethereum 2.0. Now, before I get into Ethereum 2.0 too far, that's going to happen. I think it's going to, they say mid 2022, but I really think it's going to happen in December. I really do. When you see that happen, you're going to have a triple halving. So crazy. So what does that mean? It just means it's going to, there may be a flippening. There may be a flip between Bitcoin and Ethereum coming. I don't know if it's going to happen as soon as January, but it's going to happen at some point in time. I want to share with you a little bit on my screen, and let's go through. This is Let's see where this is from. This is from ultrasound.money. So if you go to ultrasound.money, you'll get an idea that right now, Ethereum, there are 33,385 Ethereum have been burned. If we look at just the last hour, 300 Ethereum have been burned. 24 hours, 1,600. In the 7 days, 31,000. And in 30 days, we have 33,387 Ethereum have been burned. Now, let's talk about the burning leaderboard. If we want to go ahead and bring that over, on the burning leaderboard over the last 24 hours, we have OpenSea that's burned 768, and Uniswap version 2 router 2 490, Tether 368. So you can see where these coins are being burned at as well as we move into this. Now let's just take a look where Ethereum is right now. And here's Ethereum. If you look over here, let me get my annotation up just so that you guys can see this. And we're going to change the color. I'm going to go with orange. Right here, you can see this is a nice line where they hit a high. So Ethereum hit a high right at the April, May. And when they hit this high, they hit at $4,385, somewhere about there. So now a lot of people saw this parabolic movement from here straight up. And it was at like 2,500 and then it just shot up. You can see that this pattern, we're in that very same pattern right here. So right around 2 weeks ago, it hit a bottom of $1,750, $1,750 per token. Now, when that happened, some people saw this double bottom or W pattern. You can see there's a W right here forming. So on this side, it hit the bottom, and on that side, it hit the bottom, and we formed a W. That's very bullish. So when you see that, you can see the channel that we were in. This channel, and trying to get I had to close out a lot of stuff so that you guys could see it. But this channel, you take the highs, and you can see that it was going down, 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 down. And then you take the lows, and you can see it was going down, 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 down. And all of a sudden, something changed, this double bottom. So normally, in any of these patterns, as we're looking at this, I want you to understand that normally, and it's the same thing in any business, if you're a manager, you already know this, you have this up and down channel that something will exist in. So as it exists in this pattern, there's certain things that you can do to get out of it. Well, here it stopped. It didn't go all the way down to the bottom, and it broke out. Once it broke out, everyone knew something was happening here. So let's clear out those lines and just talk about the current state and where we're going currently. Because what I see, and a lot of people are like, well, aren't you scared about what's going on right now with the state of everything? I said, absolutely not. So let's take this low point right here. And you can see we had a low here, right? We really want this to happen. We want some pullback, because what this is going to do is it's going to create a new high for us, and it's going to allow us to take a breather. You ever run really, really fast, right? Like I'm talking like a 380 mile. I haven't. I've done a 450 mile. That's about the best I've ever done. But you can't do that for the next 3 miles. You can't. Well, some people could. I can't. But when you're doing this, you got to look. You got to take a break and relax. Notice here we're taking a break and we're relaxing today. Notice this channel that we're in. And if we just bring this out and extend it, you'll see this tight pattern that Ethereum has. And this tells me right now we're at 3,000. I really think that we might even get down to 2030 today or tomorrow, and maybe sit here in a consolidation pattern as we move forward. And if we look here, you can see these highs, And these candlesticks, right, usually with a big green candlestick, you're going to have a big red one, and it brings it down. This channel, you're going to see some new highs coming up here. And yes, we have predictions of where this is going to go. And it's going to stay in this pattern. If anything, if it does a consolidation pattern to the right, that's great. But I honestly think by the end of this weekend, we'll be at 3,300 to 3,500 on Ethereum. So this is a great buying opportunity today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, not a professional. I'm just a guy and his stocks. Well, crypto, not stocks. So as we move forward in this, understand this pattern. I have a bullish number of 17,300 that I believe that Ethereum will hit by the end of this year. And it'll definitely hit 10,000. So if you want to triple your money, it's a great opportunity if you want to, try it out. But understand, when we go into this, this is you making the decision, not me. I'm just informing you of what's going on. And yes, I'm a holder of Ethereum and 7 other altcoins. And they're really cool to be in, especially right now. We're in a big bull run, and we really think that this is going to last until, sometime in January. There might be a little pullback in Q4, but I'm enjoying the ride here for the month of August and September, most definitely. So let's get back into Ethereum 2.0. And what does that really mean as we step into the future? What are you investing in as we step into the future? With Ethereum 2.0 still on the horizon, is Ethereum 2.0, which is expected to be, really released sometime early January, I think. They say mid-2022, and they're working on all that and probably trying to figure out any bugs that happened in this last release in the London fork. This is where we move from that proof of work to proof of stake. So when we move to that proof of stake, things change. You may be asking, Jim, what do you mean? Well, let's get into it, okay? To put it simply, under a proof of work system, miners need to use a vast amounts of computer power, which we talked about already, to verify each and every single transaction. However, under proof of stake, users will be able to put forward Ether to gain the right to verify transactions and earn coins. Yeah, there's a lot of staking going on right now, and when you're staking, with every Ethereum that I'm putting in there, the dollar amount, the fiat currency of the US dollar, what it's valued at, I'm getting interest on that. And the interest that I'm getting is about 5% for my Ethereum. So any monies that you have in there, you're getting 5%. How much money are you getting in your checking account or savings account or money market? Ask yourself that question. Now, in something like cryptocurrency, you're able to not only get interest on your monies that you're investing, but you're also able to get the upside or downside on said crypto. These are both what are called consensus mechanisms, which allow nodes on the network. In other words, now not the up and down. The consensus mechanisms is going into proof of stake, right? Which allows the nodes of the network, in other words, all computers are connected to the virtual machine, to be able to reach agreement on the current state of the system, basically making sure that every single transaction is legitimate and verified, right? The integrity has to be there. This is what keeps the chain from breaking or from someone going in and saying, yeah, I have 1 million Ethereum out there nowhere. And no, you don't, right? So let's go into it a little bit more on the proof of work, right? Proof of work, or POW as we would call it, is a mechanism that allows the decentralization Ethereum network to come to consensus. This prevents users double spending, right? They don't want to be double spending their coins. I mean, I'm sure they'd like to, but this doesn't allow them. It ensures that the Ethereum chain is incredibly difficult to attack or overwrite. Proof of work is the underlying algorithm that sets the difficulty and rules for the work miners are doing. Mining is the work itself, right? There's several different miners that are out there, some of which are publicly traded. It's the act of adding valid blocks to the chain. This is important because the chain length helps the network spot the valid Ethereum chain and understand that Ethereum's current state. The more work that is done, the longer the chain becomes. And the higher the block number, the more certain the network can be of that current setting of things. Did I lose you yet? Because let me tell you, this is great stuff. And yes, you could get cognitive overload on this, but remember, it's recorded. And you can go back and listen to it again. And go out there and research some other people as well. Get other information. It's not just me. I'm just one small little person, meaning nothing, just giving you some information. Essentially, with the proof of work, miners work to build that blockchain. In doing so, their process transactions create more Ethereum. They really do. I mean, going into mining, you could do that, and you could make some money off of that if that's what you want to do. It's not like the old miners mining for gold. What's interesting, gold has stayed pretty stable throughout this whole growth of cryptocurrency. And think of Ethereum more like oil and Bitcoin more like gold. So that's where those two are, where you can put monies so that you can hold on to it. Now, cryptocurrency can be volatile. It can go up pretty high, 60%, and it could drop 60% in a day. So be careful with it. Now, on to the proof of stake. Instead of miners, proof of stake users are the validators. They validate it, right? So proof of stake. Users will need to stake 32 Ethereum to become a validator. They will get rewarded on proposing new blocks and for testing the ones they've seen already. Validators are chosen at random to create blocks and are responsible for checking and confirming blocks that they don't create. A user stake is also used as a way of incentivizing the good validator and their behavior. For example, a user can lose a portion of their stake for things like going offline, right? You go offline, we're going to lose some of your Ethereum. You turn your computer off, you're going to lose some of your Ethereum. They could lose their entire stake for deliberate confusion. So that's the nice thing about this whole proof of stake as we move forward. Proof of stake comes with a number of improvements to the proof of work system. You get better energy efficiency. You don't need to use a lot of energy mining these blocks. Lower barriers to entry, reducing the hardware requirements that's required. You do not need elite hardware to stand a chance for creating new blocks. Third, you got your stronger immunity and centralization. The proof of stake should lead to more nodes on the network. Stronger support for shared chains, a key upgrade in scaling the Ethereum network. Proof of stake is still relatively new, and it will be exciting to see how it plays out in January. I'm saying January. If it's January, give me a kudos later. But they're saying mid-2022. Now, if it's anything like Tesla, when they say your car's going to be ready in August, and they call you on, middle of August and say, your plaid won't be here for who knows when. We'll let you know when we have a VIN number. Well, great. I'm still waiting. Sorry. I had to bring that up. This hope is that we need more nodes. The nodes will be easier to run, and the whole thing will become more decentralized. Really, this is huge. So let's just see if we have anything. You accept Ethereum. Is that true for payment? No, I do not accept Ethereum for payment. If you want to give me Ethereum, I'll take it, most definitely. But we do not accept Ethereum at Becker Logistics, nor does our company hold it currently in our M1 Finance. But we'll talk to our CFO about that as we move forward. Hit me up if you need to buy Bitcoin up to $5,000. Thanks, Susie. Appreciate that. Ultrasound money. Hey, Cindy, thank you for putting that up there. If you want to see how quick ETH is being burned, go ahead and click on that and you can take a look at that. Where is the best place to buy Ethereum? I've always used Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood, think of that as, I mean, great. They just went Hood, H-O-O-D, just went public. Kind of shot down, shot up, and consolidating now. Robinhood is good. There's other places. I buy my Ethereum on either Voyager app or on Webull. So I'll put a link in there for Webull and for that. Webull, Voyager, Celsius is another good one, as well as Uphold. Uphold's pretty good too. Hey Jim, hello sir. Ethereum, ETH, yes, absolutely. Hey Jim, hoping you're doing well. Good stuff here as always. Hey, thanks a lot, Scott. Scotland, good to see you, bud. So as we move forward, I just want to see if let's just take a look and see if Ethereum has moved at all. And let's go to the 1 day, just to show you what's going on here. You can see that right here we were at 322 and we dropped all the way down 7%. We lost $233 per coin. Now, depending on how many you have, that could be a lot of money. So, but now you have to just think, you know, when I look at this, I look at the last week, it tells me what it's doing, right? And I see a bottom here, 2,930. That's where I got my 2,930. And if you see back to my graph, that's 1 month. And you can see that we're trending up that hill. We want that to happen. We want it to go up and down, up and down, up and down on that parabolic up. If we went up straight up like this, I would be selling after a certain time really quickly, because whatever goes up really quick comes down really quick as well. So with that, I want to just conclude. I got another note. Not your keys, not your coins. Look that up, Bill. Not your keys, not your coins. What did Bill say? Ethereum? I didn't see a question mark, but that's okay. I think I got you, Bill. No problem. Well, all right. That concludes me going over Ethereum. I hope you guys stuck with me. Maybe there's people out here that know more than me on Ethereum. Trust me. I know about that much, right? Yeah, I was going to just, yeah. It's funny. There was recent London hard fork. I really wanted to talk to you about that. The London fork update and what happened on that, what that looked like. I've been dollar cost averaging on cryptocurrency for the last 2 months. It's been going really, really smooth, really, really nice. And I have several bags that I'm holding. And I'm going to be hodling. So as I hodl, we'll see what happens. And it's an investment for the future. And if you're looking for an investment for the future, try it. Last year I put 20%. The beginning of this year I put 40%. And now I'm 100%. 100% in on cryptocurrency. So hopefully you learn more and go research some more. And then we'll see you guys back here next week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Robinhood holds your coins. That's all I meant. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, some of these people, some of these platforms that you get, you can get it, you can exchange it, you can buy it, you can sell it, but you can't take it. So if you wanted to put that on ice, like a cold storage, you can't. Sometimes they don't even let you transfer it. And if you do, you're going to have to pay some gas. So understand when you start taking it in, what are you doing with it? Are you just doing it as an investment? Right now, I'd say do it as an investment, and probably over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe quicker, you're going to see people actually using altcoins, crypto coins for purchasing. And they already are. And there's a lot of exchanges going on right now. It's a lot quicker transferring money with crypto than it is going through your traditional, conventional bank trying to do an ACH or a wire. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes I'm waiting hours. With crypto, it's done in minutes, especially if you're paying gas and you're tipping. If you tip, money gets there a lot quicker. Thank you very much. Have a great day.